Second part of the MLG proof video for the dispute of the match. We went and had a quick look at their accounts and their game clips, and as you can see here, this was a game clip created 21 minutes ago. As you can see, this is about an hour after RGB that I'm currently writing their ticket for. And you can see that 18 minutes ago, as you can see there at the bottom left, a player times out again. Notice these are the same two players we played in the World War II GBs. You can see the opponent lags out, times out, his teammate plants bomb, and as you can see there, this guy's clearly lagging, stuck in the corner of the map on Black Ops 3. And you'll see shortly that this guy also does eventually leave the game. You can see that again he is no longer on a 4-bar connection, he's currently lagging. And you can see that clearly his teammate has also been disconnected from the game. Again, 6 hours ago from a GB, you can also see, this one is a rather long clip, but again, you can see another instance of where the enemies of this team are lagging and clearly are being booted offline. So it was this clip instead. As you can see, they are currently down 4-2, again in a 2v1 already here. So as you notice there in the clips, quickly as you see the flash of his bars as well, his teammate is now currently on a 1 bar, clearly trying to disguise the fact that they are booting his opponent off. But you'll see eventually his teammate does join back the game. His teammate times out of the match. And this is the clip of that same match before, to see what happens before that in this game. So you can see currently they're down 0-1. The opposing team is about to clutch a 2v1 here to put them 2-0 up in the game. And as you can see, his connection is perfectly fine. Before the clip I just showed you where he was clearly staying on a 1 bar and couldn't even move. You see here clearly that his connection is perfect off this video buffers. As you can see clearly here, Restrict Me is moving around fine, zero lag in that game clip, and was jumping around fine, free of lag. As you can see again, currently his teammate's fine, and they're all on 4 bars. It quickly freezes to buffer the clip for me currently here. As now suspiciously we are both having internet problems again after facing these two in a GB, but you can see everyone is clearly in the game. Everyone is clearly on a 4 bar, and Restrict Me seems to be doing fine in this current GB. Notice also that this team only do play best of 1s, they do not play best of 3s, which again would help suggest the fact that they boot their opponents offline when they're losing in a best of 1 since they don't want to lose it. As you can see again, Restrict Me was still running around fine, free of lag, no problem with his movement, running with his teammate. In a minute you you'll begin to notice that the opposing team just starts shooting at random at the other side of the map, which, as you know, you wouldn't do in a GB, especially in a competitive search and destroy match. Clearly this is because the person is lagging on the other side, similar to what happened to us. You can see shooting in the top left of the minimap now, and they are still on 4 bars like we were in our game max connection, but then we disconnect. Similarly to what's about to happen now. And as you can see again, this second video here is just proof of the fact from their personal accounts of game clips that they have recorded that we are not the only people that experience this issue again. So I'm sure you're not going to be the only people receiving a ticket issue from us regarding this team, but you'll notice in a minute that one of the opponents disconnects or is no longer in the game. And as you can see, it does not say, either it does not say he hasn't left, or it shows that he's timed out real quick, which we'll show you after the clip buffers. Again, take note that before playing these guys in the GB, there was no internet problems. We completed multiple matches on the Game Battles site within half an hour before that match, hours before that match. We were playing for quite a lot of hours with no experience of lag. So you can see there his teammates left the game, popping up with the same thing that popped up from my perspective of my teammate. And you wouldn't just randomly leave a GB if there was no issue in the game, especially when you are 2-0 up. So you can tell again, this for example is not a rage quit of that opponent. He was the one clearly shooting in the top left hand corner of the map beforehand, and subsequently leaves the game as clearly again he's lagging and being booted off, as they are currently losing in this best of one that I assume they played. It was a best of one where they are 2-0 down. As you can see there, all of them are currently on 4-bar. Restrict Me is still on a 4-bar connection, take note, and then suddenly towards the end of the game when they're 4-1 down or 4-2 down it was, he's then on a 1-bar connection. And notice that the 1-bar connection also occurs later on in the game after the opposing team's player had already been kicked out of the game by this team that are booting them offline. As you can clearly see here again, Restrict Me is running around with no lag at this current time, not at all. Perfect connection. As soon as I say that, my video buffers, as I've already said. Been having internet problems ever since we ran into the game with these set of individuals. No lag whatsoever. And that is the end of that clip anyways. Thank you for watching. Again, this was part 2 to the proof of the dispute of the players that have booted off us line during a best of one in World War II. This is proof from their personal accounts that they also boot other players offline in matches from 2 different games we've now showed you on Black Ops 3, and also from our perspective on World War II. And I'm sure this isn't the only ticket you are receiving about this team, so I hope something is done about this and we are rewarded the win for this match. Because again, it was currently us on a win streak. But again, that was also from the player that I got into contact with. Sorry, the lag was due to an update there, as you can see, of the game. But as you can see, the messages I sent with him were an hour ago, so that game clip was recorded the first one half an hour ago, proof that they do disconnect players once again, like you saw in the first clip on the first map where the character disconnects and he gun butts him in the back when he's lagging in the corner of the top barn. And as you can see there, again, he's been appearing offline for the whole time of playing the GBs, which again is a breach of rules on the website when playing competitively.